On the heels of one of my previous videos, um, pertaining to a new trophy wife, that woman made a lot of mistakes. She made a lot of mistakes. She did all of the things that a desperate person would do um to gain the lifestyle that she thought she wanted. She went from one situation to the next, and because of that, she now pays the consequence of, not only having a man who will violate her, but who will also violate her children. Um, I still, I still have to commend this woman for acting fast and immediately. No question about it. No long drawn out conversations. I have to commend her for listening to her daughter the very first time she was told that her father essayed her. She didn't hesitate. She grabbed the babies and got the fuck out that house. She didn't hesitate. She may be a lot of fucking things. One thing that I appreciate her for is not hesitating and acting fast when it comes to protecting hers. She didn't hesitate. Now, on my end, I can't particularly say that. I can't particularly say that I ever was protected by any parent. And I can remember going to my parent and telling her about a specific person who I thought was predatory and who I thought was preying on me, looking at me a particular kind of way. And they told me that no, this person doesn't see you that way. No, just acting as usual as if I am dumb and delusional, like I don't know what's going on. And as somebody who is an empath, I feel everything. I know when somebody is looking at me a certain kind of way, talking to me a certain kind of way. So for me in this instance, I've mentioned this years ago, and I've always been uncomfortable about it, right? I remember bringing this topic back up again. And I said, unfortunately, like, I'm still bothered by the fact that you continued to talk to this person. Anyway. And then just to take the spotlight off of me, I said, what if my niece came to you and told you that this person was making her feel uncomfortable? Because clearly, me telling my story wasn't good enough. Me telling my experience was not good enough. And this motherfucker replied back, well, it's not like they touched you. So now, in order to be believed that someone around you is a predator, you need to be touched. I can just forget about the way that they look at me, forget about their energy when they come around, forget about all of that. And you know what happened when I was going through psychosis? She sent this same motherfucker over here with my brother. And I ended up cursing him the fuck out. And the look on his smug little motherfucking face. Certain situations will have you feeling like you're in a motherfucking Twilight Zone. Like, Out of all the people you could have sent, in my most vulnerable time, you sent over the motherfucker who I believe to be a predator. I talked about my essay experience when I was a child. And the same person advised when I was completely sober. Let me preface that. Because apparently, if I take a drink, I don't recollect true events. This same person advised me to contact my brother when I was ready. These are their words. Contact my brother when I was ready and to tell him about my experience. Unbeknownst to me, I will be drinking that same weekend that we had that conversation, and I blurted it out. Now, I didn't mean it to come out the way it did. I'm pretty sure if you've been around here for a while, you heard the story about that. When my brother had came over here, we had a conversation. It's called Old Brother. You can go back and listen to it, right? That was the summertime. But like I said, I will not be gaslit. I will not be made to think that I am a fool or a liar because certain people don't want to admit that they're fucking wrong. I may be a lot of things. The one thing I'm not is a fucking liar. I don't need to lie about shit. If anything, I don't mind admitting my faults. Ever. I don't ever mind admitting my faults. I have gotten up on here and expressed to a great degree all of the times that I may have fucked up in my past. I would never put burdens on people that clearly they don't deserve. But the only thing worse than a predator is a motherfucker trying to protect that predator. So I have to say that I commend this woman, Isis, the new trophy wife. I commend her for believing her daughters the first time, who didn't need some long drawn out story or another hypothetical in order to put things in perspective for her to believe what the fuck happened. She didn't need physical fucking truth. She didn't need physical proof. She didn't need it. She believed her daughter the first time. And I used to not beat up on myself, but kind of feel bad because I was disconnected for long periods of time or in no contact with certain people. I don't give a if I don't give a fuck no more. I don't give a fuck no more. We could never speak for the rest of my life. I don't give a fuck about breaking no generational curses. I don't give a fuck about having a conversation with a motherfucker again. I don't care about nothing. I don't. Because I realize, like I've always been saying, in this lifetime, the only person who got you is you. The only people that I've ever felt protected by is my brother and my stepfather. That's it. A motherfucker will trade you in. Trading your presence, trading your time, trading your energy to have a piece of dick on their line. That shit is honestly laughable to me. Because that ain't never been my pedigree. The fact that I would come from that is disgusting. the fact that I would come from somebody who was comfortable with keeping a predator in their life, I don't give a fuck if they touch me or not. This shit is just laughable to me. Laughable in a sense where it's embarrassing and sad and pathetic. I just hope all of this shit was worth it. Because when I say I'm not fucking with nobody no more, you better fucking believe it. You don't have to worry about me saying a motherfucking thing. That's on me and you. You don't have to worry about me saying nothing. As a matter of fact, this will be the last time I even bring it up. But I say this to say that I commend, as foolish as Isis was, right? Going from one nigga's house to the next, marrying a nigga in under a month, buying the fucking engagement ring, getting raped 4 times after they were married. As soon as her motherfucking daughter says something happened to her, she jumped into action and she instantly believed her. There wasn't much to be discussed after that. She was a product of rape. She had somebody grape her as a child. So she would understand firsthand how it is to have somebody not only make her comfortable, but violate her. And to know that you have certain kind of people in your life who have also went through the same exact thing and who have tried to deny you your experience, or who would lie to save their own ass, it's pathetic. And the one thing I'm not going to do is associate myself with pathetic ass people. Because I'm not weak, and I will not associate with the weak. I will not associate with people who do not know how to take accountability. I will not give grace. Fuck grace. And I mean that from the bottom of my motherfucking heart. You don't have to worry about me ever speaking to you again. You don't want to take accountability for your actions. You don't want to apologize for being a piece of shit. You can stay exactly where you are. Enjoy your life. And I will continue to enjoy mine. I wouldn't give a fuck if I was on my last dime. I wouldn't call you for nothing. I will figure it out like I've always managed to figure it the fuck out. You know, when you realize like, oh, like this is the final nail in the coffin. I just experienced a situation where I realized this is the final nail in the motherfucking coffin. And now I finally have the peace and the clarity to move the fuck on. Because now I see you exactly for who the fuck you are. So I have no qualms about what happens next. It is what it is.